My name is Richard Howell, and I have the distinct pleasure of serving as Baker's chairman of the Board of Trustees. We all know we have gathered here today and why. The time has come, and I wish I could build up the suspense a bit longer, but by now you've probably noticed our guest of honor seated in the front row, Dr. Lynne Murray. I will be providing more formal comments about her later. Now I want to introduce someone who is already a fixture in this community, specifically this lovely house. Throughout the search process, you have heard many references to building our tradition, to extending our history of exemplary leadership. Before she comes to the podium, and on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I want to formally thank our current standard bearer, a woman who at her inauguration vowed to move us forward together and has done so remarkably for 7.5 years. And we hope will continue to do so for the next 7 months. Pat, I know we have had a few events to honor you this semester, but as board chair, I want to again issue our sincerest thanks for your outstanding service. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Pat Lynne.
Thank you very much. Wow. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Collins House. This is a big day for us at Baker, all of us who are here and for our community. And it's something that doesn't happen every day. In fact, this is only the 29th time in our 155 going on 156 year history that this has happened for us at Baker. So it is a very, very big day. When I came into the presidency 7.5 years ago, I came in, Lynn, I was excited about the career opportunity. But as we get ready to leave, I think we've been transformed by the life that this university and this community has provided to us. The relationships that we've formed over the last 7.5 years, and many of you here as I look out into the audience, our faculty and our staff and our students, our donors, our friends. That's what's made this so special. And that's what you're going to find, that's why it's so special. When I came, and you probably heard this too, that everybody talked about the Baker magic. And you can't describe the Baker magic. You have to live the Baker magic. But what we know is that it's about the people. And it's the people that we come to love, and it's the people that we know care about our students and care about this university so deeply. To the members of the Board of Trustees, I want to just thank you so much for your incredible support and for your guidance over the last 7.5 years. From the major capital campaigns that we've done together, to the academic excellence that you've made sure that we had, to our student experience, to all of the things that have happened, thank you so much. And I am proud of the way that you went about selecting the next president for Baker University, because you did so in a way that is going to make us move forward in an incredible way together. You know, that's what happens here. Everybody pulls together and makes it a better place day by day by day. So I think that we have chosen exactly the right person, and you're going to hear a lot more about her later, and Dennis and I are going to talk about her just a little bit later. But I couldn't be more pleased at this moment to stand here. I thank all of you one more time for everything you've done, and I just pray that God will continue to bless this wonderful place, this university, these people so richly under your leadership, Lynn, as you move forward. Now, at this time, as we move along to get to the real work of today, let me introduce the former board chair and the chair of the Presidential Search Committee that did such a wonderful job. And I must add that as a dear friend to Baker, and it's been a dear friend to me, Mr. Hoot Gibson.
Thank you very much, Pat. I'm going to go off script for just a second and say that I've had many wonderful experiences at Baker, and I think today ranks right up near the top for me. So, ladies and gentlemen, today's announcement is the result of months of diligent work by the University Search Committee, and I would like to begin by thanking my colleagues individually. Each represented a valuable insight during this process and is deserving of recognition on this historic day for Baker. The committee comprised faculty, staff, trustees, alumni, community leaders, and a student. Those people are Alan Mock, Brandon Scarborough, Brian Posler, Darcy Russell, Susan Lindahl, Joe Watson, Andy Jett, Phil Hannon, Zach Aldrich, Nanette Roberts, and Laura McKnight. I also want to thank Myra Glover for her outstanding and organization and assistance throughout this process. We wouldn't have gotten to this point today without her. She was phenomenal. From the onset, we recognized this decision required a thorough and inclusive search process, one that spanned the entire country to find the best potential candidates for the position. After a wide-ranging series of listening sessions and opportunities to receive feedback from the university constituents, the committee brought 9 individuals to Kansas City for airport interviews, from which they then narrowed our list to 3 finalists. Those finalists brought to the campus 4, and I think Dr. Lynne will agree with me, that those were 2 long days of site visits here in Baldwin City and at our School of Professional and Graduate Studies in Overland Park. Those final visits validated our committee's efforts as all 3 candidates demonstrated their high character and professional quality to our community. But as the committee met to discuss whom it would officially recommend to the board, Dr. Lynne Murray emerged as our clear choice to fulfill the leadership duties of this one great university. At this time, I would like to invite Rich Howell back to the podium to officially introduce our next president.
Thanks very much, Hoot. Pardon me. We had a box up here.
Used to be bricks.
No, thank you very much, Hoot. You were modest. You and your committee did an exemplary job. You assembled a very, very dispersed and diverse group of people. Congratulations. Let's see, what shall we talk about? And now, distinguished guests, it is my honor and my privilege to formally introduce Dr. Lynne Murray. Dr. Murray is an esteemed higher education administrator who comes to Baker after a decorated career at institutions on the East Coast, most recently serving as Vice President of Development, Alumni, and International Relations at Gallaudet University, the world's only university for deaf and hard of hearing people. During her time there, she worked diligently with the board, president, and community to raise more than $79 million to support scholarships and facilitate excellence within their faculty and academic programs. Prior to that, Dr. Murray served as a key leader for development at Georgetown University, where she was instrumental in implementing a $500 million scholarship campaign. Dr. Murray has a proven track record in fundraising, revenue generation, strategic planning, fiscal management, alumni and community engagement, partnership building, and reputation enhancement. Most importantly, though, she is a kind individual with a passion for people, particularly students. And she and her husband, Jeff, are natural fits for this iconic Kansas institution. So, without further delay, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 29th president of Baker University, Dr. Lynne Murray.
I'm already touched and I haven't even begun speaking yet. Thank you. Thank you for that warm welcome. And thank you, Rich, for that very generous and kind introduction. I am deeply honored and humbled to accept the Board of Trustees' nomination to become the 29th president of Baker University. Let me begin by expressing my thanks to Chairman Rich Howell and the rest of the Board of Trustees, the search committee, and all of you here today. You know, the history of Baker University is one of great distinction and one that depicts a strong relationship between the administration and the governing board. It will certainly be a priority for me to foster that relationship and work closely with the board in the coming years. I'd also like to extend my sincere thanks to the representatives of the search committee that exemplified the Baker distinction. They were warm, welcoming, passionate, and enthusiastic ambassadors of this great institution. I would also like to thank President Pat Long and her husband Dennis for their support and their warmth. President Long has led this university to new heights and has set the stage for an exciting new era. Indeed, Baker University has had a long and distinguished history of successful presidents who have guided the university through enormous growth. This legacy is one with a clear sense of purpose, of identity, and of values. Working with the entire university community, I will strive to continue and to build upon that powerful tradition and distinction. The Methodist tradition on which Baker was founded is alive and growing today, as demonstrated in its mission and commitment to assuring student learning and developing competent, confident, and contributing students, or contributors to our society. Now, as we embark on a new era, we must remain committed to our core values, our traditions, and our strengths. The College of Arts and Sciences has a lot to be proud of, and there are great opportunities for us in the future to increase enrollment, invest in faculty excellence, and academic programs to strengthen this core. The Baker core, however, is not only about the undergraduate experience. It is also about excellence in the School of Education. When I think about Baker's School of Education, I'm reminded of how much work there is to do on a national level to improve education for all, and how much Baker University has achieved in such a short time, having been founded only in 2005. It has already risen to regional ranks of recognition. Working closely with academic leaders, we will strive for further distinction, both regionally and nationally. Students who enroll at Baker as undergraduates or as professionals seeking to enter the fields of education or nursing will know that Baker is a university of first choice because of our investment in the overall experience, because of our excellence, and because of our commitment to the improving the lives of the people with whom we come in contact. The call to become a teacher or a nurse is a selfless one, and we at Baker will be committed to the passionate individuals whose life work depends on our excellence. Learning is a lifelong journey. You never stop learning, and the passion for knowledge is never ending. Our School of Professional and Graduate Studies embraces and shares that passion for education, enrichment, and advancement. Working with you, we will strategically grow our professional and graduate programs so that adult learners at different stages of their careers will have access to excellent education in an effective delivery model based on best practices and the Baker experience. The Baker experience, however, would be incomplete without continued investment in our strong athletic programs, our student athletes, and our committed coaches. The Baker Athletics program is steeped in history, and its future is bright. Together, we will provide support to advance athletic and extracurricular activities that further develop character, emphasizing respect, servant leadership, integrity, sportsmanship, and responsibility. You know, I remember during the interview process looking at Zach Aldrich, the student representative, and telling him, I was you. Because like him and many of you, I have benefited from the commitment of my parents and family. 1 minute, sorry. the inspiration of faculty members who encouraged me to follow my dreams and who instilled in me a strong work ethic and passion for community service. Zach and fellow students, we are all here for you. And while this is a tremendous day, it isn't about me. It's about us and what we can achieve together. When walking through this great campus, I was touched by you. The excellent faculty, staff, and students who shared your stories with me, who told me what a special place Baker is and how much it's like family. I thank you for welcoming me and my husband, Jeff, into the wonderful Baker family. We are sincerely thrilled to be here with you in Baldwin City today. And because it's not all about me, I do want to take one moment to publicly thank my husband and my best friend, Jeff. He's right there. Also, I want to thank my parents and my friends, supporters with whom I would not be here today. I am convinced that Baker University stands at the threshold of an exciting new era. The university has evolved into one of the Midwest's leading institutions of higher education with a clear vision. This vision combines the best of liberal arts education with a strong complement of professional and graduate programs aimed at meeting state and national needs. The investment to further distinguish Baker will be great, and it depends on each of us and our committed alumni and friends. I would be but a lone voice if not joined by all of you. We must all strive to continue spreading the word, the mission, and the passion of Baker. As one looking in from the outside, I could clearly see how distinctive Baker is, how special the people are, and what greatness the future holds. But it will take all of us collectively to show the world who we are and what we shall become. Our path has been forged by Dr. Pat, the Board of Trustees, and students past and present. But it will be our responsibility, all of us, to pave the way for the future, the Baker way. May God bless you, and thank you.
We are here today to represent the faculty, staff, and students. And so, on behalf of the academic faculty of the top-ranked private university in the state of Kansas, it is my pleasure, Dr. Murray, to welcome you to Baker. The faculty members of our 4 schools are excited about your leadership and excited to embark on this work together as we strive to provide the strongest possible academic programs for our students.
Welcome, Dr. Murray. On behalf of the administrative and staff teams here at Baker, we want to pledge our support for your success and extend to you a warm Baker welcome.
Dr. Murray, on behalf of the students, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the university. I know that my position on the search committee shows this university's commitment to students, and I think your appointment here will continue that mission. We look forward to getting to know you and Jeff. Welcome to the university.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you.
All right, now the fun begins.
All right.
You know.
No
So,
grilling on the first
no grilling, well, that's a good idea. Let's do that. What about that? Now, we wanted to give you a couple of gifts from us because we just think it's going to be a fun transition for you, and you're going to have a great time. So first, you may know that we've done a couple of things on commercials. And so there is one thing that I've had on those commercials that I've worn a lot, but I won't need it now. So here's the Baker Orange commercial jacket. Now, Jeff, we didn't want to forget you, so do we have something over there? Yeah, if you want to bring it over here. Now, there are a couple of things that, would you agree with this, Dennis, that are most important here? And it's some keys that you'll need. You'll get to the key to the house later, you'll get to the key to the office, but there are two keys that are the most important. So number one is the golf cart. So the presidential golf cart. And number two, equally as important, because this is really fun, it's the President's Stadium box. Well, now, we don't want to forget about, there are two other members of your family, and we didn't want to forget about them because you have two members and we have two members. And so we'll have now some new first dogs at Baker. And we were going to have Toby and Frankie come out, but, they go a little crazy. So, but they gave you 5 tips for Luke and Cassie, all right? So their number one tip is to be kind to the new campus minister. They said, we sort of got off on the wrong foot with Ira because we barked at him a lot. But he turned out to be a really nice guy. So who knew? Then they said their second tip is that the Baker squirrels are really fun to chase. And just remember that you can also follow them on Twitter at Baker Squirrels. So they can start following them even now. The number 3 tip is that the Baker campus is a great place for walks. With all the lights, you can go walking day or night, but don't forget that to have your mom and dad, so I guess they're tied to you, bring a couple of plastic bags, because you need to be good citizens, always good citizens. Tip number 4 is that there are times when people at Baker will want to take your picture over and over and over. Try to stand still and look cute for the camera. Now, we found a few doggy treats really help. And so Miss Darlene, who works here, will give you more treats, so just remember that. And then the 5th tip, they said, is be nice to every board member. Let them pet you if they want. You can sniff them, but never, never, never bite a board member. So we have a couple of things for Cassie and Luke from, so they need their own. So there's for Luke, and here's for Cassie. So, thank you. Okay. Welcome to the family.
How do you follow that? I mean, 2 dog dishes. One thing, Jeff and Lynn, get driving lessons for the golf cart. We have a history of scrapes, scratches, driving into ditches. So start out on the right foot. Well, does anyone have any doubt that these 2 wonderful individuals will fit in well in the Baker community? I do not. We welcome you. We thank you for being here. Pat and Dennis, of course, thank you very much. To all my staff colleagues, thank you all for your support. Hoot, you did a great job. And with that, I will say thank you all for coming. Thank you all for joining in this celebration of Baker University and our newly elected 29th president. We are concluded. Thanks very much again, and stay warm.